Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a targeted explainer made specifically for you, focused learners out there. We're going to master the TEKS 8.7a standard. What does that mean? Well, we're unpacking a really powerful concept, Pythagorean mastery. More specifically, we're figuring out exactly how to find a missing leg of a right triangle. So get ready because we're about to seriously expand your algebraic thinking. But before we dive into the raw numbers, the source material actually grounds this lesson in a timeless quote from Proverbs 1:5. Let the wise hear and increase in learning. It really sets the stage for a curriculum that pairs everyday math mechanics with a true quest for guidance and wisdom. So let's keep that context in the back of our minds as we work through the source today. All right, here's our roadmap for the explainer. First up, beyond the hypotenuse. Second, rearranging the formula. Third, we'll look at math in the real world. Fourth, test your new skills. And finally, wisdom, morality, and peace. Let's just jump right in. Section 1, beyond the hypotenuse, working backward. Okay, let's dive into this. You already know the basics of the Pythagorean theorem, right? But today, we're basically unlocking a whole new level. The big idea here is that this famous theorem isn't just for finding the longest side. No, you can actually work backward to find a missing leg as long as you already know the hypotenuse and that other leg. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, because out in the real world, you're usually given the longest side and you have to deduce the rest. Mastering this backward deduction is a massive, absolutely crucial foundation for all the upper-level math you'll tackle later on, stuff like geometry, trigonometry, and even physics. Moving right along to Section 2. Rearranging the famous formula, shifting the math. The really interesting part of this source material is the algebraic shift. On the left side, we've got the classic, famous formula we all know, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But look at the right side. If we want to solve for a leg, let's just call it b for now, we simply use our basic algebra rules to slide a squared over to the other side. That gives us b squared equals c squared minus a squared. So we've gone from adding the squares of the legs together to taking the square of the hypotenuse and subtracting the square of the leg we already know. It's a real game changer. Let's see this in action with our first example. Imagine a right triangle where the hypotenuse is 13 and one leg is 5. We need to find that other leg. Step 1, we just plug those numbers into our rearranged formula. So 13 squared minus 5 squared equals b squared. Step 2, we do the math. 13 times 13, that's 169. 5 times 5 is 25. Subtract 25 from 169 and we get 144. Step 3, to get b completely by itself, we just take the square root of 144, and the square root of 144 is exactly 12. Just like that, by working backwards, we found our missing leg. Section 3 now. Math in the real world, solving impossible measurements. So this rearranged formula is an incredible tool to solve problems where direct measurement just isn't an option. Let's look at a real-world emergency scenario. A firefighter ladder reaches 25 feet up to a window. The base of that ladder is resting on the ground, exactly 15 feet away from the wall. The big question is, how high is that window? I really want you to actively engage with this for a second. Try to picture the right triangle in your head. The ladder is the slanted line, that's your hypotenuse. The ground is one leg, and the wall is the other leg. Let's break down the solution together. Step 1. Take the hypotenuse squared minus the leg squared. That's 25 squared minus 15 squared equals b squared. Step 2. Well, 25 squared is 625, and 15 squared is 225. When we deduct 225 from 625, we get exactly 400. Step 3. To find the height of the window, we just take the square root of 400, which gives us 20. Meaning the window is exactly 20 feet high. You just solved a critical real-world problem without even needing a 20-foot tape measure. Okay, here's a second real-world scenario from the text. Imagine a sidewalk cutting a 15-meter diagonal path across a rectangular yard. One side of that yard is 9 meters long. So how long is the other side of the yard? Once again, visualize the rectangle and that diagonal line cutting right through it, creating our right triangle. Remember, the diagonal is always going to be your hypotenuse. Let's step through it, and this brilliantly illustrates just how useful this formula really is. Step 1, 15 squared minus 9 squared equals b squared. Step 2, 15 squared is 225. 9 squared is 81. 225 minus 81 gives us 144. Step 3, take the square root of 144, and that leads us straight to a 12-meter side. See, you totally got this. All right, Section 4, test your new skills, independent practice. Now it's time to shift the responsibility over to you to test your new algebraic thinking. I actually want to challenge you right now. Seriously, pause this explainer, grab a piece of paper, and write down these 5 specific homework problems. Work through each one independently using the exact rearranged formula we just practiced. Remember the golden rule? Always square the hypotenuse first, subtract the square of the given leg, and then take the square root of your result. Take your time, solve them, and prove to yourself that you have achieved Pythagorean mastery. And finally, Section 5, Wisdom, Morality, and Peace, the Godly Learner. So at this point, the source material actually shifts gears from mathematical mechanics to overarching life wisdom. The HeroesmartAcademy Godly Learner series advocates for an approach that directly intertwines biblical morality with education. Their core philosophy here is that education without morality actually hurts. Basically, learning formulas is entirely pointless if it doesn't accompany wise choices that prevent us from hurting ourselves and the people around us. To illustrate this, the curriculum points to Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 7. This passage promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their mind spiritual. The crucial takeaway of this entire lesson series is that true peace doesn't just come from getting an A in math. It comes from spiritual mindfulness, which they argue is the true ultimate goal of an integrated education. The source material leaves us with this really vital, provocative question. What is the point of being smart and highly educated if our everyday choices don't actually bring us peace? It's a fascinating look at how mastering mechanics, like the Pythagorean theorem, can be tied to mastering the art of making wise choices. Thank you so much for diving into this explainer with me today. Until next time, stay curious and stay focused.